What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
And for the great debaters, we're taking it back to the classics, man. We got an N.W.A. debate coming your way. Check us out. Alright, Amir. So, Straight Outta Compton, of course, is one of the best-selling, most influential, best rap albums ever made. There's so many things to discuss and debate about this album, and one of the songs that I also think doesn't get enough credit is Gangsta Gangsta. That's the end of the first three songs that started off immensely action-packed, astonishingly, phenomenally, any superlative you want to add. I think these three songs, Straight Outta Compton, Fuck the Police, Gangsta Gangsta, oh my god, 3 in a row is insane. But I think Gangsta Gangsta, of the three, gets the least attention for a variety of reasons. So, we're going to debate which verse we think is the best and why. So we have Ice Cube kicking it off, and then Eazy-E hitting home run cleanup, as we would say using baseball terms. So for you, Amir, we know that Ice Cube is your favorite rapper, and in your opinion, the best rapper. So let's start with the first verse from your boy Ice Cube. What makes it noteworthy or interesting in your opinion?
Do we know that? I think I need to say it a few more times. Okay, man. So we've said it in previous videos regarding this album, because we've done another video about this, how the first lines of the album were Straight Outta Compton, crazy motherfucking name Ice Cube, which this guy, he knows how to start songs. And Gangsta Gangsta is no different, where he says, here's a little something about a brother like me, never should have been let out the penitentiary. Ice Cube likes to say that I'm a crazy motherfucker from around the way. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Quotable, quotable, quotable.
Right.
In my opinion, and I think it's hard to dispute. This is one of the most, I want to say, gangster songs that Ice Cube has written. He's very hardcore, things that I can never picture actual Ice Cube doing. And he's telling a very interesting story that carries on for the next couple verses. But
wouldn't that be most of Ice Cube's N.W.A. lyrics?
Yeah, it would be. It would be, just but this one in particular was, and this song was also one of the first songs that I had like memorized in middle school. It was this, which probably would have frightened my parents if they knew that.
Most likely.
But no, this song, or this verse, especially where he says, you know, like how I'm living or fuck you, well fuck you, like, I've heard that copied on so many songs, people paying homage to it, and I was just like, yep, of course. Yeah. So, what do you think about that first verse?
I think it's phenomenal. Like you said, it's an amazing way to start the song. And then the great thing about Ice Cube overall in his career, and specifically on this song, is that when Ice Cube is at his best, which is usually the case, he doesn't waste anything. There's no throwaway lines. There's no like, oh man, like everything was so good except when he said this. But there's none of that on this first verse of Gangsta Gangsta, and I would argue on any of Ice Cube's lyrics on this song, but especially the first verse. It's so powerful, it's so memorable, and with the right left, you're toothless.
Woo! God damn, you're ruthless. Shout out to Ruthless Records.
Yeah, woo. I mean, Cube is just phenomenal as, I mean, he's literally, if not the best, one of the best of all time, I think, and you do too. So I mean, the bottom line is it's phenomenal. So moving on to the second verse, Amir, what stands out to you about Cube's second verse on Gangsta Gangsta, N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton?
He keeps the bloodbath going. He keeps the bloodbath going, man. And I actually get this one always. I get confused with the third verse, so I may go in and out with the lyrics. But I love how he's saying where they're trying to pick up the girls, and then he says, well, how are we going to get girls with 6 other people in the car? And then they say, exactly, and they say, fuck you, blah, blah. He's just, this song is so ridiculous, man. Just the things that I'm hearing, I was just like, when I take it back to 7th grade Amir, I know I was listening to this. It's too good. But one thing I remember when I was especially younger, in the lyrics of this song, when Ice Cube goes and he says, where he pulls up to the light and there's a guy, he got scared, he hit the gas, and then Ice Cube says right then, I knew how to smoke his ass. Then I always thought he meant like smoke his ass, like, oh, beat him in a race.
Right.
But it didn't come until years later where I was like, oh no, he means shoot the guy and kill him. So it's just funny revisiting these songs and the lines you catch. That line always was just so ignorant and ridiculous and amazing to me. And it's things that few rappers, at least to me, can pull off. And I think Ice Cube's not only flow, but his voice and the way he used his voice, not only on this song, but throughout this album, was especially great.
Yeah, and he maintains and sustains that throughout the entire song, and Cube does it here in the first, second, and third verses of his, that he just is so visual with his lyrics and his delivery, his inflection. Obviously Dre and Yella's production helps accentuate all of that at every time, and then MC Ren, who doesn't rap a verse on the song, is coming in and out on the little intros and stuff, just adding. You know, that's the thing that makes this music so magical. One of the many reasons that makes the things that make this music so magical is how they utilize their resources so well. With Dre and Yella's genius as a production team, then, you know, Ren in this song just kind of pitch hitting, coming in a little bit here and there, but adding so much flair and like energy to the song, and then allowing Cube and on the last verse Eazy-E to come in and just demolish it, man. And then the sampling and the scratching and the different sounds that Dre and Yella were bringing in on the production side is it's just amazing, man.
Dude, and especially I love the Boogie Down productions on the chorus, man.
Not about a salary.
It's all about it. And that's one of my favorite lines, like, in rap song history. Yeah. I love that line.
Another KRS-One, another one of the best of all time.
KRS-One.
Yes.
Woo! And yep, I'm happy you mentioned the scratching and the chorus not actually being a chorus that was rapped, but more so scratched in here and there. And Gangsta Gangsta is just, dude. But Eazy-E, bro.
Yeah, we gotta go for the cleanup man on this one. So Eazy-E, Amir. I know Ice Cube's your boy, but break it down. Eazy-E, man.
So I love how Ice Cube introduces Eazy, you know, because here's a little gangsta short and size, a t-shirt Levi's is the only disguise. Woo!
Built like a tank, yet hard to hit.
Dude, so that was a great way to just start someone to wreck the shit, right? And then you hear the instrumental change up a little bit, and you hear the synths, and you know, Dre and Yella doing their thing, and Eazy-E coming in. And you know what's so special about this part of the song is how interactive it is as well, where the girls say, you know, they want to, you know, bang him too, and then you hear them, and then you hear the sample come in. I thought was just so exceptional. And Eazy-E, I love how his voice comes in, and just his voice is always one of the most special in rap history. I think his verse is so good, I wish it were longer.
Right.
It was so good, and to just end it on that note, Eazy-E just...
Well, the thing that Gangsta Gangsta does that only great songs do, in my opinion, and even great albums. But Gangsta Gangsta does this. It's a song where it's a longer song, it's not a 3-minute song, and you always want to hear the whole song because of how Eazy-E ends the song. Yeah, and most songs, you know, whether it's a DJ mixing it in a club or on the radio, or if you're listening to it with your friends, you're always like, oh man, the first verse. Or you might say the last verse, but the first verse in this instance is Ice Cube with a phenomenal verse. Yes. Ice Cube is phenomenal the second and third verses, and then Eazy-E just comes in and with all this panache and style and flavor and everything, man, it's just... It's amazing. And the point is, it's a rare song where you really want to make sure to listen to the whole thing because of Eazy-E and because of how he positions himself, Dre and Yella's like magic on the production side, changing the beat, having the girls come in, having the humor with the gangsterism. Like all this stuff that Eazy-E does on the last verse is amazing. And this is something that, you know, Laylaw had told me one time. Like you have to remember, like, Eazy-E, the first song he ever made was Boys in the Hood. His first time rapping.
That's crazy.
And it's Boys in the Hood. So like, when you look at a song like Gangsta Gangsta, it's like, dude,
his first song was a timeless classic
that he ever made. Not like his demo, not like dude, that was the first song the guy ever made.
Oh my Lord.
That's astonishing. So, all that to be said, Amir, we've gone through Gangsta Gangster. I focus on the first and the last verse from Cube, but let's get your insight and your opinion on which one you think is the best and why.
I was kind of going back and forth on this one. I'm going with Ice Cube's first verse, and it's really tough. It's really tough. Ice Cube's first verse, the way it starts, the way it closes, the way it is in the middle, the times has been sampled, just his voice in that era, just everything. And as you stated, this is such a very good way you put it, was no wasted lines.
Yeah, dude.
That's very important, because a lot of people can rap forever, but you can get bored. This guy in this era, especially, and the years after, I have to give it to Q. But the Eazy-E is so close, and maybe if it were longer, I don't know, maybe I would have given it to Eazy-E, but it is just so, the short amount of time he has in this song is so incredible.
That's
and
why
the production.
I gotta go with Eazy-E, man. Like,
yeah,
the thing is, Cube, as we both know and believe, is phenomenal, especially on Straight Outta Compton and his little bit that he does vocally on Easy Does It. But Eazy-E just like coming in with the shock and awe in the end of the verse, dude, after Ice Cube annihilates it. And this is why, you know, the people that I don't agree with that criticize Eazy-E and highlight whatever shortcomings he had or perceived or real, the bottom line is when the dude was on Straight Outta Compton and Easy Does It, the dude destroyed it.
He did.
Every time.
Yeah,
Every time. And Gangsta Gangster's, you know, just another example of that. And for me, as I've talked about in other episodes of The Great Debaters, when you're a gangster rapper and you have some humor, but you have great lyrics and you're interacting with women in a way that the way they did it, obviously, if you take it on the surface, it's vile and reprehensible. But if you're just looking at it as jokes or whatever, then it's like hilarious. Yeah. Or it's just who he was. However you look at it, it just reflected who Eazy-E was in a way that I think really brought the song home, and it ended it in such a good way. And then you have the outro with the samples and the scratching too. Talk about your funky ways. And it's just like, hey man, you know Eazy-E, the dude, man, he's incredible. Yeah. So that's what I think. That's what Amir thinks. What do you guys think about who has the best verse on N.W.A.'s Gangsta Gangster and why? Be sure to like, subscribe, and share both on Unique Access and on Rappin and Snackin, and hit us up and we'll hit you back, or the good folks at Unique Access Entertainment will, and we'll let you know what's happening, y'all. I'm Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
Gangsta Gangsta. Let us know.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangsta Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangsta Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangsta Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangsta rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Your MTV Raps with N.W.A.
Your MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangsta Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangsta Rap in stores now.